Jetpile. So it's Rob Sinclair C5. As you can see now, it's got power, and basically it's running. It's actually working. So in a minute I'll go for a quick test drive. Not perfect yet, so this is just the initial shakedown up and down the garden, that's all. Just adjusted the handlebars. All of this stuff, you know, I'll redo when it's actually on the road, when you're actually on a nice long straight, so you can check that everything is spot on. But yeah, just put the handlebars nice and straight. Also tilted them up a little bit as well, so you get a bit more turning circle, because there wasn't a great deal of turning circle in the position that it was. I put it in originally. All lights are all working. Probably could do some LED bulbs in there, I would say. I mean, it could be that's relatively dim. I would say could do with an LED bulb in there. I reckon. But I will double check the bulb holder in case the bulb holder's got corrosion on, which also can be. But the back end looks nice and bright and normal, so could be that's just how those bulbs are. Pod's good, so has got one fault on the ULA chip. So I've just tested it with a working pod, and basically yeah, it's got there's a slight problem on this side here. But obviously once I've done it on once I've driven it on a test run, I can make sure this side here operates. So I feel for now I would just leave it exactly as it is and use it. And if another standard pod comes along that's known to be great condition, bear in mind that many of them, you know, are untested or they're said to be in good condition, but they don't actually work. When one comes along, just swap it over and try it. Only minor issues when you try and swap pods over. If randomly your new pod is mullered, then it can damage the control box. So just be a bit wary, that's all. But or just change the cover over, or paint the cover, or back to black the cover, whatever. All looking good. So I'll put the cover back on here now. I know it's good, and I'll obviously finish off with the cable ties in here and underneath. All looks lovely. All sounds good. Brakes were adjusted, but again, it needs a test run to sort of bed the brakes in, get them warm. You know, clear off any crap basically. Quick flick over. Looking really nice underneath there. And actually, I tell you what, that's probably why, because you can see all that light being wasted through the bottom of the lens, and that should be silver. So I would suggest, Rob, actually, that pop that light out and maybe just paint the back of it, you know, in silver, for example, just so then you'll probably find, you know, that you'd actually get a lot more reflection coming through at the top. But yeah, because you shouldn't be able to see that, because that's because the paint is worn out, which I've just realised that. Chassis looks good. I just put a Paul Grice chain on it a minute ago, so I just basically bought 2 chains and a half link, and connected them up, you know, and then removed the relevant amount of links, about 10 links or so, and it's absolutely spot on, brand new quality. Looks really good down there. Got many parts from Sam, so thanks. It's a big shout out to Sam for various parts, 3D printed parts, belts. The half link he actually supplied as well. His amazing 3D printed piece there, which I love, it's just really top notch. Plus at the back here, you can see it. You've got some, so there's a safety harness kit, but also Sam's 3D printed piece there, which is really nice. It fits in beautiful, and then you can get 2 different versions, but this one has got a box there that holds the relay for the safety loom, so love that. But yeah, I'll get that all cable tied, all that looking good. Yeah, and really, it's pretty sweet at this stage. I'll say the tyres are only soft, so I'll just give it a bit of a quick run. Yeah, so it all feels normal, basically. There's a bit of that, a bit of this. I'll be gentle on the brakes, because the brake levers were only sort of painted, you know, recently. And this isn't in any videos that I previously posted, but you can see there's a slight difference here. And what this is, because this pod here was so damaged, I had to replace this LED here with a modern LED, hence why it's brighter, and this green one here with a modern LED as well, hence why it's also brighter. So that's just to be aware. On camera, I can see it, to me that looks green, that is orange. It's not. That into the normal eye, that's light orange, that's dark orange. That's a bright green there, so that's just a camera issue if it shows up as green and orange. But yeah, happy days. I'm really pleased with that. Really nice. So a bit more tinkering, and then a good test run to make sure things are working. And yeah, sweet. Cheers all.